like a Hellcat.
Hey guys, I'm Raghav. Today I'm going to show a magic trick called the 27 card trick. For this trick, I've got a volunteer to help me perform the trick. Before we begin with the magic trick, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and watch till the end to learn the logic behind this trick. Let's start off with this trick. I've got 27 cards with me and I want you to pick one of them. You can place this anywhere in this pile and shuffle the pile as well. Now I want you to pick a number between 0 and 26.
7.
Okay. I'm going to split this into 3 piles and I want you to keep track of which pile your card goes into.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to repeat that step again. Okay. I'm going to do this for the final time now. Okay. Could you remind me what your number was?
7.
So I'm going to remove 7 cards from this deck. Is this your card?
That is my card.
This trick is extremely simple and straightforward to perform. First, you need any 27 random cards. Ask the volunteer to pick a card from this deck. Let's suppose they pick this card. It's the Ace of Spades. Then, ask them for a number between 0 and 26. Let's assume they pick 15. We will be needing this later. Tell them that they have to keep track of which pile their card goes into while you split their pile into 3 parts. Then you split this pile by placing a card face up in this manner. While making these piles, you also need to keep track of a crucial calculation, which is how you need to pick these piles up. This is decided by the ternary number system, which is a different way of representing numbers. I've written the conversions of the numbers from 0 to 26 in ternary form. Watch till the end to learn how you can convert these numbers yourself in a simple way. In my example, I have to refer to the number 15, which is 120 in ternary form. These 3 numbers are the keys for picking these piles up. 0 stands for top, 1 stands for middle, and 2 stands for bottom. Right now, we only need to look at the first digit from the right, which is 0. That means that the volunteer's pile needs to be on top of the other 2 piles. This pile has the volunteer's card, the Ace of Spades, in it. So, we will place the other 2 piles at the bottom of our hand and place this pile in the topmost position. From here, we repeat the previous step and split the pile into 3 again. Let's take a look at my ternary number again. Now we need to look at the second digit, which is 2. That means that the pile with the volunteer's card, which is this one, needs to go at the bottom of the deck. For doing that, I will place this pile at the bottom of my hand, followed by the other 2 piles on top of it. Now we split this into 3 again. We have to pick these piles up for the final time now. This time we will refer to the final digit in the number, which is 1. That means that the pile with the volunteer's card, which is this one, will be placed in the middle of the deck. For doing that, I will place one of the other piles at the bottom, place the volunteer's pile, and top it off with the last pile. The final step is where I count down to the card. I will remove 15 cards from the top of the pile as that is the number I picked. I now know that the next card is the volunteer's card, and when I flip it over, there it is, the Ace of Spades. This trick will always work, no matter what the card is, where it is in the deck, or which number the volunteer picked. Just follow my ternary guide and this trick will work 100% of the time.
You must be curious. How did I find the volunteer's card? Watch ahead to find the answer to your question.
The ternary number system is a way of representing numbers with only 3 digits, which are 1, 2, and 0. The number system we use has the numbers from 0 to 9. It is called the decimal number system. For this trick, we need to convert the numbers from decimal system to ternary system. There is a simple way for doing this. You need to divide the regular number by 3 while noting down the quotient and remainder. Then you repeat the same thing, but the number you're dividing is the quotient. I will be taking the example of the number 15. I will divide 15 by 3. The remainder we get is 0 and the quotient is 5. Now I will divide 5 by 3 and the new quotient will be 1 while the remainder is 2. I will finally divide 1 by 3 and the quotient we get is 0 while the remainder is 1. Now that the quotient has reached 0, we can stop this calculation. When we read this number, we need to read the remainders from bottom to top to get the ternary number. That will be 1, 2, 0. You can use this method to convert any decimal number into ternary form. Now let's get on with the maths. I have 3 piles of 9 cards each with me. This pile has the volunteer's card, the Ace of Spades, in it. We learned from the ternary number that the pile with the volunteer's card needs to go on top. So, I'll place the other 2 piles at the bottom of my hand and place the pile with the volunteer's card on top. Assuming that we don't know what the volunteer's card is, we only know that the card is somewhere in the top 9 cards of the 27 card pile, as the volunteer has selected one of those 9 card piles. The next step is where we split this deck into 3 again. What I've done up till now is I've split the top 9 cards of the 27 pile into the top 3 positions of each 9 card pile, as I've divided the deck by 3. By doing this, we know that in either one of these piles in the top 3 range, the card is the volunteer's card. I have completed splitting these piles up. The volunteer's card is in this pile. We don't know where it is exactly, but we know that it is somewhere in the top 3 range of that pile. Now, according to the ternary number, I will place the pile with the volunteer's card at the bottom and place the other 2 piles on top of that. We previously knew that the card is somewhere in the top 3 of the volunteer's pile, and now we have placed the volunteer's pile at the bottom of the deck. That means that the volunteer's card is somewhere in the 19 to 21 range. Now we split this deck into 3 again. I have placed out 6 cards in each of the 3 piles. That is the top 2 piles of the 27 card pile. The next card we place on either of one of these piles will be the volunteer's card. And as you could have predicted, there the volunteer's card is. We don't know what the card is, but we know that it's in one of these positions. I'll complete splitting off the deck now. By doing this, we know that the volunteer's card is in the 7th position from the top of the deck in either one of these piles. Then the volunteer tells us which pile it is, ensuring that we know exactly what the card is. After this, we stack up these piles for the final time, and as the ternary number in the final digit is 1, we'll place the volunteer's pile in the middle. In the final step, we remove 15 cards from the top of the deck. Why this step works is the way we've placed the card. There are 9 cards of the first pile on top of the card, and as the card is in the 7th position of the second pile, when we add that up, the card is in the 16th position of the entire deck. That's why when we remove 15 cards, the next card is always the volunteer's card. And there you have it, the Ace of Spades. The ternary number system is the reason this trick works. This system is derived by dividing a normal number by 3 continuously. This is exactly what we are doing with the cards in this trick. We divide our deck of 27 cards repeatedly until we find the volunteer's card.
If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching and I'll catch you next time.